It's time for a giveaway! Details later on this video! So, long time no see. I am making a Goth Lolita doll for a giveaway. I am using the Rochelle Ghoul doll because she is very gothic already. I'm going to use her little crown tiara thing later on in the video, and even though her little garter thing is also very gothic, not for this, but saving it for later. First, I cut off all of her hair and rip it out. This time, I pulled it out of the inside. Just quickly showing my process, I take some yarn and I cut it into little strips and I tie it to a random pencil or piece of wood or dowel or whatever, and I use a wire brush to brush it out, which makes it nice and floofy. I then clamp my, I almost called it my stapler, what's it called? A straightener, to make it a little bit flatter, and I do that to all the strips, and I do this a lot more. I do it so many more times. It's pretty crazy. After you cut it off the sticks, you glue it to, usually plastic wrap is a lot better of an option. I use Elmer's Glue All to do this, but I am making yarn wefts. After I do that, I take the dried wefts, right after there's a little earthquake as I hit my camera, and I take a thin paintbrush and twirl it around, and then I will get my handy dandy straightener again to apply some heat to this weft to do those nice big bouncy Lolita curls. I wish that the curls were a lot longer. As you saw in my concept sketch, it had like knee-length long hair. Anyway, here I'm taking some 100% acetone to take off the factory paint. Normal acetone works too, but 100% gets it off a lot quicker and easier. You want to wash the face off a little bit with some warm water, and then I use this picture as inspiration for my Lolita. A lot of pale, which Rochelle works really well with this, with the her gray skin. I love her skin with the flecks in it, and I'm really building up the pinks and the purples with pastels. I actually want to invest in better quality pastels. I feel like it gives this weird chalky texture when I do it, but you know, that's a purchase that I don't have money for right now. I use a kneaded eraser to, erase some parts of the face, really give that lip some pout, and then I use some watercolor pencils to draw on the face. This is actually the first time that I'm not doing a look straight ahead look. I want her gazing off to the side as kind of a cheeky little, like, ooh, you see what's over there? So I really hope that I achieve that. I think my favorite part of this face-up is actually the lips. They just are so pouty, and I really like the lips. I've noticed that I have a problem with, this is my third purple hair, purple eyes doll. As you guys who have followed me for a while know, I have two other goth dolls, but those are pastel goths, and they aren't really that, like, Lolita is a style that I don't think I could ever wear, but I definitely appreciate a lot. I'm not a girly person, but I can appreciate the time and the effort and just the detail that goes into Lolita outfits. And you know, I had this Rochelle doll and I thought, what, I was waiting for the perfect opportunity because I bought her on sale because I think Kmart was going out of business or something. And when I saw that I had, as of right now, almost 170 followers on Instagram, I really wanted to give something back to that little doll community. And even those of you who follow me on YouTube, I know I haven't posted many videos recently. My life has been a little bit crazy, but I still appreciate all your support. And yeah, it means a lot to me. I also need to invest in a camera setup that doesn't cause me to hit it and have it shake all over the place. Yeah, maybe I'll do that someday. I build up the colors a lot more using Mr. Super Clear to spray as a sealant to give it some of that grit to draw on so that the vinyl catches the pigments. And then I'm using some white paint to draw on some details. I did this for another doll recently. I actually redid my Marley doll, which those of you who follow me on DeviantArt know about. She was one of my first paints. But yeah, I don't like doing the lashes process here on YouTube because it takes forever. But I felt like this doll really, really needed some long lashes, and I think it succeeded. I am cheating a little bit, and I'm actually using a Hextian method where he hot glues the wefts right onto the head directly. Wig caps, I don't like doing them. It's a pain in the butt. And then like Elmer's glue all works really well, but then takes forever to dry. But I was worried about the hot glue because I thought it might be too bulky. But then once I was doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is 10 times faster. Why have I not done this ever before? You just have to be really careful about like getting all the little stringy flyaway hot glue bits before anything happens. And then you have her springy curls. I think she looks so cute. I kind of messed up her bangs, but we're not going to talk about that. Right now, I'm making her bonnet. As I said, I'm going to use her little headband crown thing that she came with as a backing to make it stay on the head better. And I cut out a little pattern in cardboard. And then I'm going to take the fabric from her dress and some other fabric just laying around to make a kind of double-sided thing. I actually end up putting the bonnet on backwards. I originally wanted the little sparrows to be on the inside, but then realized that I like them better on the outside. Just the way I put the lace on it, as you'll see later on. I ended up sewing the outside of this and flipping it inside out. And originally I was going to put the little cardboard inside of it, but it ended up staying on its own. I have two different types of lace. One that's made out of like chiffon, like ruffly stuff, and the other one that's like normal lace made out of thread. And I just am sewing this lace on to the front and back and really giving it that like Lolita bonnet type idea, because a lot of Lolitas have like the bows, but I don't know, the bonnets, I like the bonnets, whatever. I then wasn't sure how I was going to go about securing the headband to the bonnet, but then I realized that the bonnet or the headband actually has little holes in it, because Rochelle came with little accessories like little flowers and stars type things to poke into the crown, which worked perfectly to sew it on. I should have whatever. Who forgets the should have? Right now, I'm just kind of testing the bonnet. I went on Pinterest to learn how to, like, tie the perfect bow. It's not the perfect bow, but as you can see, I am struggling with this process. I tried. Man, that's all you can ask for, is I tried. I then ripped apart her shirt, which had a really low back to it for her wings, and I created a little pattern out of that. And I didn't show the clothes making process, like the dress making progress, because it's so trial and error that I have such a hard time with it. Her shoes also had little holes in it to attach little accessories, so I just filled those in with glue and decided that I was going to paint them black. You see my handy dandy little pencil that I used for my making yarn wefts as well. It's very multi-purpose. You gotta use what you have, guys. So I just paint those black. These are also Rochelle's. The boots she came with, I thought they fit perfectly. And then I paint on the, I like highlight the, what's it called, a fleur de gras. My pronunciation is terrible. I'm very sorry. But there's so much detail in Monster High and Ever After High shoes that you just don't see because none of it's painted. It's absolutely amazing how much detail is put into them, and I have so much respect for people who make and design these dolls. I use another Hextian method by dry brushing the rest of the gold on so that you can see so much more of these details. It gets a little globby places, but I think it elevates the shoe so much. I'm so glad that I did this. And shout out to Hextian, who is the dry brushing queen. Now I'm making her these little bloomers, which I'm gonna be honest, I got so incredibly lazy doing. I measured this ribbon to fit under her crotch as like a strap, and then I'm just sewing it to the front and back to make a diaper of sorts, because I was hoping that if it's like the lace is poofy enough, it'll look like bloomers. And then I gather the back, and this was a cop-out. I'm totally gonna be honest. This was a serious cop-out. But it's under the dress anyway, so you don't really, it doesn't really matter, I guess. This is me trying to justify my laziness. Yeah, okay. I'm justifying my laziness right now. But it's trial and error. I'm showing you guys the bad parts of the clothes making process instead of like the dress, which was so frustrating, but a lot of fun to do. I actually redid the process completely. And that lighter getting involved was me just, if you put a lighter to the edge of ribbons, it kind of seals it because it melts it a little bit. But please, 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 please be careful doing that. I've learned that not all fabrics are created equal, and some of them just catch on fire completely. So, be aware. Just please be aware. But I believe that everything's done now. I have my pretty, pretty doll with her beauty mark and her big pouty lips and her curly, curly hair, which I really fell in love with this doll. I really, really did. Look at this dress with its little poofy sleeves, and I added that rim to the neckline, but then you never really, her bow on her bonnet covers it, but there's like also 8 layers of netting underneath. And I made, okay, this is Raleigh, the grump bun bun. Raleigh did not mean to be so grumpy, but he is, and the doll does not have a name, but Raleigh has a name for some reason, because I saw it and thought I needed to. And that was all the components of the doll. I stole the stockings from a different doll because I was too lazy to make more stockings. I really hate making stockings, man. Other YouTubers make it look so easy, and I can't. The dress is all sewn up in the back, so she has to be headless in order to get it on. But, popping off the head's not too bad. And I was able to finagle the wings into it still, and I painted her nails black. I can't remember if I showed that process. But Yeah, I really don't want to give this doll away, but if I love her so much, that means that someone else will love her too. Someone who she'll go to a good home. And I hope someone takes care of her, because I just, every doll I make I feel like is my new favorite, but I can say that I'm really proud of this. And I'm really glad that I included Raleigh, the Grump Bun Bun, because a lot of Lolitas have that special, like, they either have a teddy bear or just something. But, you know, here's some full-length shots of her in front of an antique typewriter. Ooh, so fancy. I think I'm so cool with the staging of this, which I'm not. You know, I'm not. You can't really see her wings from the front, which is a little disappointing, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. Oh, wait, no, you can see it a little bit when Raleigh's not in the way. I don't know about why Raleigh. It felt right. It felt like a good choice. But I bet you guys are ready for the giveaway info. Hey guys, so now it's time for you to learn how you can win my Goth Lolita doll. So, these rules apply to Instagram, which I know this is YouTube, but this is mostly for my Instagram followers as a thank you for my doll Instagram just coming alive, and I'm really appreciative. But for Instagram, rule number 1, you have to be following me at Fantasy Dolls. I will be double checking, so don't try to wiggle around. Rule number 2, you're going to need to repost the picture that I'm going to post on Instagram. It should already be up there by the time I post this video. You have to repost it. Just screenshot it and away you go. And in doing that, you need to tag me as Fantasy Dolls and also use the hashtag FanasLolita. And don't worry, all of this will be in the description below. Those are my Instagram followers. Now, I haven't forgotten about you YouTube people. So, what you guys are going to do to win this giveaway is you have to follow me. You have to make sure that I can see that you follow me, because sometimes there's like this weird little like ghost mode I've noticed on YouTube. Maybe that's not a thing anymore. I haven't really double checked that. But you need to follow me on YouTube or watch me on YouTube. You need to be a fan. So, you need to watch me on YouTube, and then, in order for me to keep track of you guys, you need to comment in the description below, Raleigh, the Grump Bun Bun. And it needs to be exactly that. And I'll even put it in the description where you can copy and paste Raleigh, the Grump Bun Bun. Because if you watch the rest of this video, you would know who Raleigh, the Grump Bun Bun is. So, it's really easy. This giveaway will end September 15th, which is a Saturday, and that gives you guys about a month to like, subscribe, share. They're very simple rules, and I'm really excited for one of you to get the Goth Lolita doll. But that's that. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you have a phenomenal day and keep being extraordinary. Bye! I almost forgot. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. It is 1 entry per person. I'm sorry if you follow me on both my Instagram and my YouTube. We're just trying to be fair.